This weekend we had two shows in the sport of boxing, one being clearly better than the other, Gallo versus Bam and Tio versus Claggett. Haha, Claggett. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Tio, like he's going the distance with this guy that's not on his level, but I'll talk about that in another video. Today I want to talk about the good fade that we got last night between Bam and Gallo, a show that was between the old and the new, the veteran versus the very accomplished kid. Bam last night put on a show showing all the things that make him special, like his footwork, IQ, picking his shots, and not going wild looking for a big shot. You can see that Bam Rodriguez does have some pop in his hands, and he doesn't let that get to his head. He doesn't go out there like all these other fighters trying to rely on their power. He will easily just box your head off using the jab. Bam was somewhat criticized when he first became champion, as many people just said he got Carlos Quadras on a bad night, but Bam Rodriguez later went on to be Saram Vasai. Then he went on to be a champion in Sonny Edwards. Time and time again, he has shown that he's very special, beating up now 3 of the 4 kings at 115. Now let's get into what happened last night with Bam Rodriguez and Gallo Estrada. Then I want to give my thoughts on what Bam Rodriguez could be doing next. Super Bam Rodriguez put the beats by Dre on Gallo Estrada. I would actually say he was dominating from the start, picking his shots, going on to buzz Gallo in like the 3rd round. Gallo managed to somewhat recover, but it wasn't enough to stop Bam from later on landing a nice combo that ended with his left hand putting him on the canvas. Looking like that was going to be the end for Gallo right then and there. The bell actually ended up saving him because once he got up, he was getting pieced up even more. Gallo managed to stay in the fight, moving lateral, trying to fight back somewhat, even at one point managing to drop Bam in round number 6. It was kind of like a flash knockdown, but it was the first knockdown in Bam Rodriguez's career from what it looks like. He didn't seem hurt, but maybe that got him a little more mad because Bam just kept applying more pressure on Gallo, winning most if not all the rounds. I would say all the rounds, eventually making him trade in the last 10 seconds of round number 7, which Bam lands a nice left hook to the body, and that puts Gallo away for good. Gallo actually did surprise me a little, this being his first fight back after over a year of inactivity. His last fight being versus Chocolatito Gonzalez did leave me thinking that maybe if Gallo could have stayed a little more active, probably would have done a little bit better, but he decided to choose the route that most boxers use today, which is take like a whole year or 2 years of inactivity, then come back with the fight like this and get beat up. At the end of the day, it was just his fault, and Bam Rodriguez used his skills to pay the bills. Loki did feel bad for Gallo at some point because Bam Rodriguez was kind of just toying with them. He was landing however he wanted, whenever he wanted, and Gallo just couldn't do anything about it. It was kind of like those like bobblehead toys you see at the store, just his head popping back and forth. Now on the what could be next for Bam, right after the defeat, Gallo did mention that he would activate a rematch clause to take on Bam again later on this year. I would see why Gallo would want to do that. Bam was the first guy to stop him, so he wants to get his lick back, but if that doesn't happen, Bam has also mentioned that he wants to go out there and try and fight other champions, and to be honest, I do think that's a good idea. Become undisputed at 115, make some history. Some people are already telling him to move up to 122 to fight Naoya Inoue, but I think that's a bit of a stretch right now. It's mostly casuals and just people who are slaves to the moment. Like Naoya Inoue knocks out Bam Rodriguez in under 2 rounds. Like, I'm sorry, that's just the truth. Bam Rodriguez right now, he's at 115. Let him do his thing. There's no pressure for him to move up anytime soon. Let me know your thoughts down below. What should be Bam's next step? And if you enjoyed the video, be sure to drop a like and consider subscribing for more videos covering boxing.